Well, Keith, this really weird winter continues. We go with one little shot of cold and then right back to these abnormal temperatures.
Yeah, we got some cold coming in tomorrow morning. And if we don't get any measurable snow out of this tonight, then we'll secure our second least snowy February.
You've really had your eye on that one.
I had. It's going to annoy me if we get some garbage like 0.3 inches tonight or something. But either way, before that, it's going to be windy and maybe even a thunderstorm. So it's just a lot going on here in a short period of time. Notice the rain filling in there over the last hour or so. It's been actually relatively dry during the day. It's foggy. There's been drizzle. No major rain, though. And you can see that last couple of frames, moisture starting to converge along that cold front as it approaches. Cold front super sharp right here. This is, I wish it were this easy when I was doing the synoptic meteorology classes. Right there, cold front. Back here, cold air coming down to the northwest behind it. So it's right ahead of the cold front itself that we could have a little squall line. The small scale models are showing it right there, northern New Hampshire, 8 o'clock. So between 8 and 10, it's a possibility a squall line will move through western and southern Maine. It's depicted here around 11 o'clock in Augusta on the way to Bangor. Within that squall line, that's where we could see our strongest wind gusts, heaviest rain burst, as well as the possibility for that rumble of thunder. Once that hits, winds shift northwest behind it, temperatures crash. We end as a little bit of light snow here overnight tonight into early tomorrow morning, negligible accumulation, and then it's very cold tomorrow. Temperatures in the 20s. Winds are still really strong out of the northwest, so the wind chills will be in the single digits most of the day, which is a drastic change from where we've been. Now, as far as the winds go, it's gusty. It'll continue to be that way. We could gust to over 50 miles an hour briefly over down East Maine as that squall line comes through. I don't think there's going to be widespread power outages here, though, because it's a really short burst and the wind speed should be below that threshold where we typically have problems. But it is worth noting the winds will be out of the southwest strong and then strong out of the northwest behind the front. So we're kind of testing a couple of wind directions here. That's the cold, dry wind direction that will stay with us through the day tomorrow with wind gusts still 30 to 35 miles an hour on Thursday. Flood watch in effect. I don't think there's much to worry about here. I think ice jams is what we could be worried about. We haven't had too much rain from this system so far. There's not a whole lot upstream left that makes me think we're going to have widespread flooding problems, but the flood watch is still in effect. As far as snow goes, quick coating in any of the blue shaded areas, an inch is possible in the mountains. Unfortunately, they probably lost 10 inches with the rain and the wind ahead of this storm. We'll see some slick spots tomorrow morning, guys. Obviously, these temperatures drop really, really quickly. So just be aware of that on walkways and whatnot, decks and stuff. I'm gonna say probably roads, main roadways will be okay because they're relatively treated this time of the year. There's just salt hanging around. So it's hard to flash freeze a road, especially when it's so windy, because the wind helps evaporate the moisture before it gets really cold. So that'll actually help us, even though it will not help your face. When you go outside tomorrow morning, it'll be a big change.
That's the worst part of it.
Yeah.
Thanks, Keith.